Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today we're going to learn lesson number 5, flexibility. Lesson 1, we said ism, fi'l, harf are there. Then lesson 2, we said like we took the only ism and analyzing ism now, and we said ism has 4 properties, that is status, number, gender and type. And now lesson 2 itself, we said status, there are 3 status, rafa, nasab and jar. Then lesson 3, from Arabic point of view, using ending sound, we find out like how to identify in Quran, Rafa, Nasab and Jar. Then lesson 4 is also part of the same status, like status characteristics of the ism, which is heavy versus light. Even the ending sound, like just removing the noon, you can make the heavy to light. Those are very simple lessons. Lesson 5, still we are in the ism, okay, and still we are in the status. But the thing is, we didn't go to the other properties. But what we are going to learn here is these. Uh, if you take a ism, those ism can divide it into 3 categories based on their flexibility. Okay, what is this flexibility? Flexibility mean the ability to show, like ability to transform into rafa, nasab and jar. Simple like that. Say example, we learn Muslim chart. Can you remember? Muslimun is rafa, Musliman is nasab, Muslimin is jar. It's very simple. And also we learned like when it become light, we said Muslimu is rafa, Muslima is nasab, Muslimi is jar. Okay, heavy versus light. That also we learn. But the problem is not all the words can have this ability. Okay, so some words does not have the ability to transform itself into some status. That's what we're going to learn. So if you take the word Muslim, it is a fully flexible word. That's why it is showing Muslimun, Musliman, Muslimin. It can show Rafa, Nasab and Jar. You can ending sound, you can understand. But there are some words. So simply we are going to discuss 3 categories. One is fully flexible. What you have to do is remember the example. So Muslim word is a fully flexible word because you can have Rafa, Nasb and Jar, and it can show all the words. Now there is another word called, second one we are going to learn, non-flexible. That is only few words in Arabic. But if you take fully flexible, most of the words in Arabic, almost all the Arabic words are fully flexible, most of them. So you don't have to worry about that. If you take any Arabic word, it's mostly fully flexible. Then there are only few words, that's the second thing we're going to learn, non-flexible. That means Rafa, even though it is Rafa, Nasib, Jar, because that's what I'm saying, still we are under status. Even though it is Rafa, even though it is Nasib, even though it is Jar, it doesn't change. The ending sound doesn't change. So example of one of non-flexible word is Musa. Remember Musa. Okay, Musa alayhi salam. You can remember name Musa. So what is the Rafa of Musa? It is not Musun, Musan, Musin. No, it doesn't work like that. These are special words. Okay, especially when you have that, when you're writing Musa, you can see that dragger with the ya, that the ending sound. When it comes normally, it is a non-flexible word. That means Musa, Rafa is Musa, Nasib is Musa, and Jar is Musa. Only one form. It doesn't change. Okay, that means non-flexible. So if you see Musa in Quran, you cannot say it is Rafa Nasab Jar because it cannot show this status. You can say, obviously, like when you look at the grammar and analyze, you can say it is Rafa Nasab Jar, but looking at only the word, you cannot say Muslimun, you know it is Rafa. Even though we have in the Quran, if you see a Muslimun, you know it is Rafa. Musliman, you know Nasab. Muslimin, you know Jar. It's obvious. You can say. But when you see Musa, it has a status, but looking at the word, you cannot say that. Those are non-flexible words. So examples given here, the words ending with alif maksura, you can say Musa, Isa, even Dunya. So those words are ending with the R sound. It's normally, most of the cases, most of the time, it's a non-flexible word. Also, we're going to learn in future the words like Alladhi, Alladina. Those are mostly in Quran. Those words are there. Allati. So those also non-flexible. Then ma and man. These all we're going to learn, but just remember these are example for the non-flexible word. Also hada, dhalika. We're going to learn all this in detail, but remember, at this point of time, these are non-flexible words. That means hada, rafa is hada, nasib is jada, and jar is hada. Because every ism should have a status. Hada is a ism, and azam in this, that is a ism, and that should have a status, but it cannot show the status looking at the word. It has a status in Quran. When you take the place in the grammatical, you can tell the status, but looking at only the word, you cannot tell. I hope this is clear. So, but there are only few words you can say non-flexible. There are only few words. So even you can remember those. Okay. So that's about it. So fully flexible is very clear. Most of the Arabic word is fully flexible. Okay. Almost all words are fully flexible. That the exception we're going to learn. That is one exception is non-flexible words. Those are like uh, it cannot show the Rafa Nasib and Jar status. All are same when looking outside. That is non-flexible. Those are only few. Musa, Isa, Dunya, Hada, Alladhi. Then we have to little bit deep down into the non-flexible. We call partly flexible. So there are three I said: fully flexible, non-flexible, and partly flexible. Partly flexible we need to discuss little bit in detail. But I will give you a simple version to remember. If you say partly flexible, you just have to remember Yusuf. Okay, just remember Yusuf. So what is partly flexible is it cannot be heavy. That means Yusufun. There is no word called Yusufun. Can you remember Muslimun is heavy? So there is no word called Yusufun. So that always the word Yusufu, only Yusufu word is there, Yusufun word is not there. So it cannot it cannot be heavy. That's the one thing. Second thing is it cannot be jar. Jar means it cannot take kasara. That means, so if you normally, you would say Muslimun, Musliman, Muslimin, like. So you first of all, it cannot say Yusufun, Yusufan, Yusufin. It cannot say that. It cannot be heavy. That's the one thing. So it's always Yusufu. And Rafa is Yusufu. Nasib is also Yusufu. Jar should be, sorry, Rafa is Yusufu. Nasib is Yusufa, because it cannot be Yusufan, Yusufa. And Jar should be what? Yusufi, because Yusufin anyway not possible. It cannot take Tanmeen. But it should be Yusufi, right? It cannot take Kasara as well. So it is Yusufa. So if someone asks, what is the Rafa of Yusufu, and Nasib of Yusuf is Yusufa, and Jar of Yusuf also Yusufa. So Yusufu, Yusufa, Yusufa. That's how chart works for the Yusuf. So you need to remember this. It is easy actually. Now you have only two forms to remember: Yusufu, Yusufa, Yusufa. Okay, so that's only two forms. So summary in the lesson summary is flexibility. There are three types. One is fully flexible, then non-flexible, and partly flexible. Okay. First thing you have to remember, what if you say fully flexible, that is, remember the name Muslim, word Muslim, Muslimun, Musliman, Muslimin. It is fully flexible. And if it is non-flexible, remember that is Musa, 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 Musa. Rafa, Nasib, Jar, same word. Okay. And something called partly flexible, remember word Yusuf. Rafa is Yusufu, Nasib and Jar both are Yusufa, Yusufa. Okay. So this is the simple idea of flexibility. The next lesson, the lesson 5 part 2, part B, I will explain how how to recognize partly flexible word. Since we are analyzing Quran, so it's easy, as it's already word is already there. We are not going to write the Quran. We are going to listen to Quran and understand. So if we can, there are some categories the Arabs categorize as partly flexible, that we're going to learn in part B. But in this lesson, even though I am explaining part B, you already this is the end of this lesson. Part B is just an additional note, but you have to remember is simple three things: fully flexible, non-flexible, and partly flexible. Fully flexible, remember Muslim word, Muslimun, Musliman, Muslimin. Non-flexible, remember Musa word, Musa, Musa, Masa, Rafa, Nasab, Jar, all are same. And partly flexible, you remember word Yusuf, Yusufu, Yusufa, Yusufa. So okay, how this to identify partly flexible word, that we will learn in part B. Hope it is clear. If any question, just post it. I will explain if you have any question, inshallah.